It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gills, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the morning grind. It is so great to be back here with you again this morning. Got your coffee? I do. I've got cultist coffee here this morning. It's a little bit chilly here in the office, but that makes the warm coffee extra good this morning. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to tell you what we've got going on here. And then today we're going to be doing, taking a look at this game right here, Betrayal. It says, it's a little bit difficult to read here, but it says Deck of Lost Souls here. So the Betrayal, Deck of Lost Souls, this was also sent out by Avalon Hill. And I'm not sure what its relationship is with Betrayal that we looked at last week. So we will see. I think it's a standalone game, but maybe one based on the same theme, but this time a card game. So we're going to be doing that today. I'm not going to be able to go as long today as I would like to be able to go on Sundays, and like we did last time, for a few reasons. And the first reason, because so much is going on. So much is going on right now. I mean, I thought life was crazy before I started working at the vineyard, at the winery, both of them. And now there's just no time for anything. So, but then next week, I've got to. I basically only have today to get ready to go to Austin. I've got a ton of things on my list to do because I am flying to Austin on Tuesday because Doug's launch party for the Heroine's Labyrinth physical launch party is on Tuesday night. And so I am flying to Austin on Tuesday, and then I'm flying back on Wednesday. And I've got to work tomorrow. So basically this afternoon, I have got to clean house, completely pack up. I got some grass cutting to do. I mean, so all this stuff is going on. And then on top of all of that, yesterday, my car broke down again. On the way home yesterday, my car broke down again. And I had to walk part of the way home. And so now I also, on top of all of that, I've got to figure out some way to get the truck towed again. So it'll be someplace on Monday, and then figure out how to get some kind of rental car so I can be able to get to work and then the airport. And man, I don't even know. I couldn't even handle thinking about all that last night. So this morning I slept on it, and I got to work on that this morning. So, or after I get off the stream here. So there's suddenly a lot going on, and craziness is not slowed down. So let me see here. Tuesday. Okay, let's go. We've got some craziness here online too next week. Because over here on the Table Talk channel. Yeah, I know. That's true. When it rains, it pours is completely true. Like all of a sudden, when things happen, everything. When things are going well, everything seems to go well. When things are going not well, things tend to spiral downwards. Yeah, I had the car in the shop for a long time last fall, but it was okay. I didn't have to leave the house, but now I've got to leave the house. So I not only have to get the car someplace, but I've got to find alternate transportation as well. But let me say hello to everybody before we go over and check out what's going on Table Talk. We've got Lynn here. Good morning. Good morning. We've got James Bacon here. Good morning. And Sable Zero the Blade and Sable Phoenix. Yeah, Sable's moving into a new place out there in Austin. Let's see. Brett's here. Good morning, Brett. And JDN. John's here. Good morning. Who else we got? Charlie's here watching on his phone. Good morning, Charlie. And Tomocrat. Yep. So, all right. Lots of great people here this morning. Let's see. So with our Table Talk, the plan, well, first of all, if you did not see Doug's virtual launch party, that was fantastic. Sable Phoenix and James Bacon were on that stream as well. Retro Nerd Girl was there. We did something completely new. I've never run a show like this before. We did a rolling launch party. Doug was launching The Heroine's Labyrinth, his book. And the physical launch party is on Tuesday, but we wanted to do a virtual launch party for everybody who'd been a part of the discussion of The Heroine's Labyrinth over basically the last year. So we had a rolling panel where we had people coming in, including Christopher Vogler and Cameron Pasha. They kicked things off. DBJ was there. So it was a lot of fun getting to talk to everybody coming in and out, mixing up different guests. We had more people on the stream than we typically ever have. So Doug's launch party was amazing. If you did not see that, that's the virtual launch party. That was fantastic. I messed up last week when I said which video was coming out on Sunday. Also, see, so that was amazing. If you didn't see also last week, let's see. Just give me the videos. Oh, right. The fall. The conversation about the fall with the fall story structure with Cameron and Brianna is also on the channel now. And I believe that conversation with Friday Strout is coming out. That's the one that's coming out this week. But then also, so on Tuesday, which is our ordinary Table Talk night, I'm going to see if I can have some mobile equipment, some light mobile equipment to take with me, which, by the way, that I need to make sure that I pack that too. Let me make note of that. So I'm packing for Austin. I need to pack lightweight streaming gear. So when I met, probably just like by that, I probably mean just the iPad, because we're not going to be doing table talk on Tuesday night because Doug has his physical launch party. But what I'll probably do, I want to make up a thumbnail and have it ready. And if there's a way to do it, just go live from Doug's party in Austin for just like 15 minutes or something like that. Maybe, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, something like that, just to turn it on, let everybody say hi, let everybody see who's not there, what's going on there. Maybe see some new faces that you don't typically see. But then that'll be the show. That'll be Table Talk for Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, which is highly unusual, because Brianna has a new short film. We typically don't do Table Talk on Wednesday night. But when I fly back from Austin on Wednesday, I am going to be here at what should be ordinary Table Talk time, but on Wednesday for a watch party of Brianna's new short film. It's 8.5 minutes. It's a horror film. I put her director's statement in the Discord server. So that's going to be a Wednesday Table Talk. So that's going to be crazy. I mean, the next several hours, the next 72 hours plus are going to be crazy because we will do another live stream. So as a result of that, she needs to do this that next week. And we accidentally scheduled it on top of Doug's launch parties. We had 2 people launching things. I was like, oh my God, we got to move Brianna to Wednesday. So, and then hopefully that means that we will not have a Table Talk on Thursday because that's going to be it. I'm going to have to crash. That's going to be crazy. So yeah, this is a crazy schedule. And on top of it, I got to go handle a broken down car on the side of the road. Okay. So that's what's going on. That's basically it. Oh, by the way, so we also have RavenCon coming up. So that's going to be, so next week is Easter, and then the next week should be RavenCon. I got to put that together too. Please sign up for virtual board gaming. Come play games with us. So I was planning on being a lot more organized this morning than I am, but all of this has happened. I got to get life back. I got to get life back running smooth. So what we're going to do, instead of having multiple topics today, we're just going to take a look at Betrayal here. And I'm interested. I'm trying to convince the winery that it needs to be holding tabletop gaming night. I was saying we should be playing board games there. Like I said, he likes to hold events. Like I told you about the train last week, I told him, listen, we should be holding board game events. You could have like little mini conventions or something like that up here where you get all the sampling and the tasting of all the wine, put a board gaming library up there. I think that would be fun. That'd be fun. That's what we should be doing. All right. I've got to be sure that RavenCon is ready for both James Bacon and Sable Phoenix. So I got to be ready. Oh, booze and board games. So he was like, what other kinds of things could we do in here that because he doesn't want it to be just a bar. Like, he's not just going to turn it up and say, hey, just like we're open as a bar in the evenings. So we're not doing that. He likes to do events and things like that. I was like, hey, I bet we could organize board games. So, all right, let me turn on this light over here. We're going to get the auxiliary camera going here, and we will take a look at Betrayal. And then go and do the million things that have to be done today. Let me bring up the maybe you could even serve a small meal. You call it something like dinner and a board game. Yes, could do. Oh, extra camera. There we go. All right. Moving things out of the way. All right. Does anybody have this one? Does anyone have this one, know this one, or anything like that? I have not. Of course, I was behind the game on Betrayal. Behind the ball on the Betrayal game last week. So this says, and it is a little bit hard to read, but it says Betrayal, and it is a card game, the Deck of Lost Souls. Game designed by Bruce Glasgow, and it is for 3 to 5 players. Okay, so let's see what it says on the back. The back says Betrayal, Deck of Lost Souls. Many lost souls have been lured by the secrets hidden within the house on the hill. Now the ancient relic, a cursed deck of cards from the darkest reaches of the attic, has entrapped you as well. In this standalone game, okay, so it is a standalone game. We thought that. You and your fellow explorers must race to defeat the many horrors looking within the deck of lost souls. Play cards to defeat omens and curses, but beware. There may be a traitor among you, working to unleash the one true curse. So this comes with a bunch of cards. 6 curse cards, 34 item cards, 4 special item cards, 18 minor omen cards, 16 major omen cards, 5 character cards, 6 journey cards, 5 reference cards, 1 symbol reference card, and game rules. Okay. This is the knife sitting handy. Sable says this is the first time I've seen a game that's a spin-off of another game. Yeah, so this game actually got a spin-off. Rather than an outright expansion. Yeah, that's maybe the Ticket to Ride and Catan games and the spin-off, but yeah, those are rebranding, restyling the core game mechanic. This is completely new, so it's a little bit different. All right. So thank you very much to Avalon Hill for sending this game out. Oh, what does it say on the side here? Open to release the trials of the deck. I feel like my light may be a little bit too bright. Right, yeah, that's right. Same universe, different mechanics. Scan to learn more. I wonder what happens when I scan it. Let's find out. It says, this takes me to, let's see, Betrayal. It takes me to a Hasbro page. Oh, okay. Not really much more about the game. But it does have, so there's a video embedded there. I guess that's what it says. Oh, it does say description. Oh, it just takes me to its page. Okay, all right. We'll take a look at the rules here in just a moment. Tarot size cards. Doug will be excited. All right, let's see what's inside. All right, so. All right, we got, okay, here are the card backs. So what is this? So that's card symbols right there. I'll put these over here. All right, so that's our looks like our reference on all the card symbols. Reward for defeating an omen. Reward for defeating an here we go. Reward for defeating an omen. Penalty for failing to defeat an omen. The item must be discarded after use. Items used to defeat omens only. Essential items needed to defeat omens and curses. This item has a unique special ability. Characters who have an affinity for a given item. Okay. These look like player reference cards. This says the 6. Is this the same on each one? It looks like the same on each one. So the 6 curses and the items you'll need to defeat them. Plague Doctor, with these symbols: physician's bag and crucible, and shepherd's sling and reading stone, beast of the woods, speaking trumpet, and grimoire of the shadows, and amulet of silver dust, gate of asylum, mooring line and crucible, and crescent moon sickle, and amulet of the silver dusk, necrotic crystals, grimoire of shadows, and discus of momentum, and crescent moon sickle, or blood letters, or blood letters all flame, star-crossed desire, amulet of the silver dusk, and blood letters almanac, and scarab brooch, sands of time, codex of tongues, and blood letters athame, athame, or shepherd sling and cosmic hand grenade, ceramic hand grenade. Cosmic hand grenade would be more fun. All right. And what does it say on the back? It says, on your turn, do one of the following: reveal an item, give an item to another player. This is do one of the following: reveal an item, give an item to another player. They may then give you an item. Draw an item card, then discard one from your hand unless you have no item cards in your hand at the beginning of your turn. That's the cooperation phase. Then the omen phase. Play an omen. Announce any item cards you are using. The player to your left may play an item card, and so on. If you defeat the omen, receive the reward. If you do not defeat the omen, take the penalty. Discard the omen unless it is a hint card. If you defeat a minor omen with a hint, place that card next to the other curses that card names. If you fail to defeat major omens with a hint, and the traitor is known, the traitor places that major omen next to any curse. All right, we'll learn more about that. All right, we got the first type of cards here are purple. These are called journey cards right here. Yeah, the holy hand grenade would have been better. Okay, the journey cards right here. Explorer. Prepare yourself to defeat the true curse when it materializes. Work with your fellow explorers to assemble the items needed to defeat omens and curses. That actually looks like the same card. Okay, that's the journey cards. Green ones, we've got special item cards. All right, here's the art you guys were talking about. So, Lost Prophet's Coffer. Immediately search the discarded items and take any one. Then place this card face up on the bottom of the deck. Amulet of the Silver Dusk. So here are some of our symbols right here. So don't we have a symbol reference over here? Okay, so these right here would be affinity icons. So these are affinity icons for that. This symbol down here this symbol must be the Amulet of Silver Dusk, telling you this is the Amulet of the Silver Dusk. Athame. Thank you, Sable. And Lynn. Grimoire of the Shadows. Okay, same kind of thing. So this must be its symbol, like if you're trying to put something together here. And we've got affinities over here. Wait, what is the... I don't see this. I don't see a symbol for the skeleton hand with the card. Maybe that's just on each card. Blood. So this is it. So Athame. Athame. Right there. So that's it. So those are... Oh, those are special item cards. Those are special item cards. Maybe we got some written over here in blue, in green, and in black. So maybe these green are the special item cards. These are minor omens next. So minor omens, like this one right here, is something like Briars of the Hands and Teeth. Requires Oracle's Femur and Codex of Tongues and Crescent Moon Sickle. So our symbol here for reward for defeating this omen is to draw an item, whereas our penalty is to discard an item in your hand or reveal in front of you, or then discard an item in your hand or revealed in front of you, or the next two players discard an item. So requires, we got our symbols over here. some of these symbols are not terribly easy to yeah, I know the oracle's femur, right? But some of these symbols, they're a little bit difficult to read. I see some of these symbols over here. So this requires that's a brown one, a brown symbol. I'm not sure what that is. So there are a lot of different symbols. Okay, this is the hint cards. This is something about a hint card does something different. This one says hint. Blood rain requires crucible. Maybe that's the symbol for crucible. So maybe actually over here requires, so I guess that's it. The oracle's femur and the codex of tongues, I guess that's it. And that's the crescent moon sickle. I guess that is what that is. So blood rain requires crucible. So you don't have to remember all the symbols, I guess. And it says that's a hint card. Doll's portent requires codex of tongues or physician's bag. Carrion crow requires speaking trumpet or physician's bag. Eldritch brain in a jar requires speaking trumpet. Revenant tracks. Ravenous chalice. Demonic skull. Ever beating heart. Well, that's kind of cool. Mooring line. Wall of fallen souls. All right, let's see what these are. The major omen cards. Have some coffee here. Wait, did we even breathe and sip? It's like Othome. I was trying to remember everything, and I didn't breathe and sip. Hold on. Let me get a. This is a usually black-handled, double-edged dagger that is used in some neo-pagan and Wiccan rituals. That did look exactly what that is. But it's Othome. Othome. According to Sable's new pronunciation right here. Okay, let's breathe and sip. Everybody got your coffee ready? I need to remember to do this. I was trying to set up. I had on my list of things to do this week to sit down and completely write down a list of everything that goes in the morning grind. And so I had a complete schedule again based on what we're doing on Sundays now, and I didn't get to it. Yes. Othome. Othome. All right, let's drink. Let's take our sip. Everybody, this is the mental health portion of the show. Let's take 2 deep breaths, complete inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage. So here we go. And sip. There we go. May have to refill coffee later. James is asking a great question. Let's see if we can just find its win condition right here. That way we know what we're supposed to be doing here. Let's see. How do you win this game? We'll take a look at this whole thing here in a moment. But just what is object of the game? So here it says object of the game. In Deck of Lost Souls at the start of the game, maybe this will help us understand what we're looking at. You'll draw a secret journey card that will define you as one of several explorers or the traitor. Each role has a different objective. Note there won't always be a traitor in the game, and by the time you find out, it may be too late. So wait, let's look back at the journey cards. So is this the players versus the game and the traitor? Oh, okay, look. So these do say explore. So explorer says prepare yourself to defeat the true curse when it materializes. Work with your fellow explorers to assemble the items needed and defeat omens and curses. Whereas if you draw traitor, the dark whispers of the deck have seduced you with promises of power. Work in secret to prevent the explorers from assembling the items needed to defeat omens and curses. Wait for the perfect moment to reveal your villainous machinations. Okay, so I was like, well, they're all the same. No, so that's how you're defining explorer versus traitor. Okay. That's what the journey cards are for. So they're not all the same. There's the traitor in there. It says there are 6 cursed. This is to the explorers. The explorers, it says, there are 6 cursed cards in the game. As you play, you must work together to identify which one of these is the true curse. You will do so by placing hint cards next to each of the curse cards throughout the game. At the end of the game, the curse with the most hints is the true curse. If you have the items needed to defeat it, all the explorers win. If an explorer has no item cards left in their hand or revealed in front of them at the end of a turn which a major omen has been played, the explorers lose. If an explorer has no items in their hand or revealed in front of them at the start of a turn when a major omen has been played, all explorers lose. If there is no traitor, to win at the end of the game, you must have the items needed to defeat 4 of the 6 curses. Traitor, your goal is to stop the explorers from being able to defeat the true curse. When it's revealed at the end of the game, if the explorers do not have all the required items to defeat it, you win. If an explorer has no item cards left in the hand or revealed in front of them at the end of a turn when a major omen card has been played, you win. So that's what we're doing here. Let's get this flavor text and see what's going on here. It says, the house on the hill has long sat abandoned, its origins unknown. Many have entered to explore its secrets, but few have escaped to tell the tale. Now something ancient beckons from a dark corner of the attic, a deck of cards with ties to centuries of malice. Stored away for too long, this deck of lost souls yearns to twist fate. Once the fortune-telling tool of an ambitious oracle, the cards have become harbingers of misfortune, feeding off the souls of the living. The deck now threatens to consume you with its curse. As you enter the house, drawn in by an unquenchable curiosity, the deck presents you and your companions with new guises to adapt. Perhaps you'll be identified as the alchemist, a devotee to ingenuity and experimentation, or the merchant with a penchant for striking a bargain. Your role will define your ability to defeat omens and identify and defeat the deck of lost souls' true curse. Beware, explorer, for there may be a traitor among you, one who would unleash the horror of the true curse rather than defeat it. This does sound like it would be fun. Okay, actually, this we do have a guide to the deck. Maybe we should look at the guide to the deck as we're going through here. So it says character cards. So there are character cards. Let me find those. Character cards in black right here. Oh, nice. Okay. So the occultist, soldier. It's a foil card. It's kind of difficult to read. Merchant, alchemist, and inquisitor. So inquisitor, alchemist, merchant, soldier, and occultist are characters. So it says each player will take on the role of a specific character. Depending on which character you are, you will have an affinity for certain item cards, and maybe one or two one of two characters who can use them. All right, so you're playing a character in here, and these cards are defining your character. Whoop. Set those right there. Journey cards. Okay, so this is the journey cards. We looked at those a moment ago. The journey cards determine whether or not you will play as an explorer or the traitor. James says they look great on camera anyway. High gloss could be hard to read if it's too reflective. Yeah, they do look. I was looking at the camera up here. They do look great on camera. And they look great right here too. But with the light, I guess it's because I got this light right here that's illuminating the auxiliary camera area. So yeah, it's glossy and shiny. So there's a lot of reflectivity. You're probably not going to be playing under this kind of light though. Journey cards. So we just look at those curse cards. Okay, we got curse cards. Let's see if I can find curse cards. Yep, got curse cards. Curse cards. There are 6 curse cards. As you play, you will begin to identify which of these is the true curse. You will not know its identity until the end of the game. So here are the curses. Okay, so I did see the 6 curses over here on this card, I guess for reference. Oh, this actually has some raised, like the requires and That's actually raised up. That's really nice. So one curse is Plague Doctor. I guess this tells you the items then required to defeat that curse. So Plague Doctor curse. The Gate of Asylum. Star-Crossed Desire. Beasts of the Woods. Necrotic Chrysalis. And Sands of Time. All right, so those are the curse cards. Item and special item cards. Okay, we looked at special item cards a moment ago. You'll need these useful object cards to defeat omens and curses, it says. For some items, you must be a specified character to use them. During each of your turns, you will have the opportunity to give away items you can't use. See your character card or that item card for details. Okay, so we looked at special items. Let's look at, we got just general items over here in blue. Let's look at that. Take this down. So we got item cards here in blue. This is most of the cards that it came with, or a large chunk of all the decks. Spirit board. This is pretty cool. I love this theme. I love this theme. So spirit board. Astromancer's chart. See, that says hint up here too. Inscribed rat skull. Scarab brooch. Physician's bag. Codex of tongues. Skeleton key. The crescent moon sickle. Crucible. Mooring line. Speaking trumpet. Shepherd's sling. Discus of momentum. Dark lantern. Oracle's femur. Reading stone. Gift scissor spectacles. Oh, gift scissor spectacles. Game pendant half. Game pendant half. Siphoning quill. Sundial compass. Moth-eaten shawl. Fated passenger manifest. Ceramic hand grenade. Ceramic hand grenade. Look, there's that symbol that says discard after use. Ceramic hand grenade. Lots of hand grenades. Charms obol. No, Karen's. That's Karen's obol. Text here. Karen's obol. Karen's obol. Karen's obol. Karen's obol. Karen's obol. And then hearing horn. All right, so those are our items. Who created the... hey, Robert. Oh, good morning, Moonswan. Oh, it's people coming in here. Who created the art? Let's look that up. Who was credited with the art for these? Do we have credits here? What about on the back? I do not see an art credit here. Huh. We will continue to look for that. Other ways to play. I do not see an art credit. Oh, James is working on a vampire game. Yes, lots and lots of opals. Useful if you're sending Argus on a trip down the sticks, I guess. Okay, so those are the cards. So it says the item cards. Item and special item cards. It says the green item symbols are special items that can be found at the bottom of the item deck at the start of the game. Green item symbols. Oh, then they're different items. Okay, not all of these have an item symbol, but it says green items are special items that can be found at the bottom of the item deck at the start of the game. Item symbols with a solid background are essential, meaning they are necessary for defeating curses. Okay, so the Fated Passenger's Manifest doesn't have a green icon down here, and it doesn't have one of these icons with the black the background. Now the ceramic hand grenade does. So I'm assuming that means that this one is going to be an essential item for defeating something. Okay, major and minor omen cards. We looked at, these are the minor omen and major omen cards. Minor omen, that's it. So we were looking at major omen. We looked at these, right? I don't know. Maybe we looked at minor omen. Or maybe not. Well, maybe none of them. Predacious Labyrinth. Oh, we got a labyrinth here. So these right here are the minor omen cards and the major omen cards. These are minor. Omens are terrifying manifestations of what has to come if the true curse of what is to come if the true curse is revealed and undefeated. Some are merely unnerving, while others will send you to your grave. Predacious Labyrinth, Mummified Paw, Unhallowed Grave, Canopic Jars, Murderous Metamorphosis, Weeping Angel, Baying Bloodhound, Wretched Familiar, Well of Fallen Souls, Ever Beating Heart, Demonic Skull, Ravenous Chalice, Revenant's Tracks, Eldritch Brain in a Jar, Carrion Crow, Doll's Portent, Blood Rain, and Briar Hands and Teeth. Some of those we looked at. I think that's when we decided to open up the rule book too. So these are the major omens here. Oh, is there a problem? Anyone else seeing brief? It says I don't see a problem on my end as far as my connection goes. It seems like it should be. So ubiquitous gaze, carnivorous seedling, infected shambler, grave of the beholder, winnowing flesh from bone, rising corpse, immortal beckoning, decaying wound, whispering tome of hearts. I think that's hearts. Death's knell, emergence from the walls, moon cursed sundering, harrowing mist, hungry abattoir, cryptid conservatory, and bloodlust. So those are our different omens, major and minor. Reference cards. Okay, we got reference cards. I think I put those over here, but the reference cards remind you what to do on your turn and give you more information about each of the 6 curses. Hints. Some items and omens say hint, which means they may act as hints that will help you identify the true curse. Remember, at the end of the game, the curse card with the most hints is the true curse. Card symbols. Okay. The cards in the deck of Lost Souls are inscribed with an ancient symbol that identify their type and show how they might interact with other cards. For example, each item card has a unique symbol. If that item is needed to defeat the curse or omen, you'll find that item's symbol on the curse card or omen below. See below for a list of symbols that you'll find. Okay, reward for defeating an omen, penalty for failing an omen. It looks like gold, items used to defeat omens only. And then with the background here, essential items needed to defeat omens and curses. Characters who have an affinity for a given item. Note that this card must be discarded after use. And then a sunshine of the sun is this item has a unique ability. New to the deck of Lost Souls. Okay, so let's see what it says. For an easier game, the first time you play is described below, but without journey cards. All players will play as explorers, and there will be no traitor. Yeah, I think that's the word that was on that card. It says all players will play as explorers, and there will be no traitor. To win, you have to defeat any 4 of the 6 curses at the end of the game using items and special items. You won't need to use hints or identify the true curse. Okay, setup. For a 4-player game, do the following. For all other games, see other ways to play, page 13. It says place the curse cards face up in numerical order as shown. Where's 1? This is player 1, player 2, player 4, player 3. Oh, right here. Okay, so going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place the curse cards face up in numerical order as shown. 2. Remove the 6 Karen's Obel item cards for the lost item deck. Set them aside. You only need them for variant games. Shuffle the remaining item cards and deal 4 to each player. Keep yours secret. So deal 4 item cards to each player. Keep yours secret. Keep the rest of the item cards as a draw pile. Shuffle the special item cards and place them face down at the bottom of the item deck. Remove the Inquisitor from the character cards and place it out of play. Shuffle the remaining cards and deal 1 to each player. Keep yours face up in front of you. So that's where you got this right here. 6. Remove 1 Explorer card from the Journey deck. Then shuffle the remaining cards and deal 1 to each player. Keep yours secret. Place the remaining card face down next to curse number 6. For an easier game, place all Journey cards aside. Shuffle the Minor Omen cards and deal 3 to each player. Place the remaining cards as a Minor Omen draw pile. Shuffle the Major Omen cards and deal 2 to each player. Place the remaining cards in a Major Omen draw pile. Each player takes a reference card. Leave room for face-down discard piles as shown. Okay, how to play. The occultist goes first and play moves to the left. You'll complete 2 phases. First, the cooperation phase, and second, the omen phase. The cooperation phase, do one of the following. Reveal an item by choosing an item card from your hand and placing it face up in front of you. Remember, if the card has a character symbol, you must be that character to reveal it. Give an item to another player by passing it to them face down. That player adds the card to their hand. They may give you an item card in the same way. Draw an item card, then discard an item card from your hand. This is do one of the following. So you could discard an item card, and then draw an item card. Then discard an item card from your hand. Keep the discard pile face down. If you had no item cards in your hand at the beginning of your turn, you do not need to discard one. Then Omen phase. Play an Omen card from your hand by placing it face up on the table and reading it aloud. You must play any minor Omen cards that you have before you play any major Omen cards. Okay? The occultist goes first and play proceeds to the left. That's our life. If you have any items that are needed to defeat the Omen, announce that you are using them by placing them face up in front of you or by announcing that you already have them in front of you. Note that if you accidentally reveal an item card you cannot use, you must discard it. The player to your left may now play any item card in the same way, and so on. Any items that are played stay where they are unless the card says to do otherwise. 5. If you have items needed to defeat the Omen, you receive any reward listed on the card. If you do not defeat the Omen, you must take the penalty listed on the card. Discard the Omen card unless it is a hint card. Okay, I have to remember here that what we've got face down on the table here are curse cards. So curse cards are different from major and minor Omen. We're trying to defeat a curse, right? So we're going through these omens, but ultimately we're going to have to defeat the true curse, right? If you have okay, discard the Omen card unless it is a hint card. If you defeat a minor Omen with a hint on your turn, you may choose either of the 2 curses that card names and place the minor Omen card face down next to that curse. If the player fails to defeat a major Omen with a hint and the traitor has been revealed, the traitor may place the Omen card face down next to any curse. If the traitor has not been revealed, discard the major Omen. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is an example right here. Items needed to defeat the Omen. Omen name. Your reward if you defeat the omen, your penalty if you do not. It does say, be secretive. You may not give other players advice for how to play their cards, except when a player must discard cards or when using items in front of them. So let's look over here. So these are the curse cards. It says curse, right? No, that says major omen. These are major omen. These are minor omen right here. These are the curse cards, like Necrotic Chrysalis and Beast of the Woods. So this requires these things, requires Speaking Trumpet and Grimoire of Shadows and Amulet of the Silver Dusk. Okay, and they're numbered. See, we got numbers on them. I was wondering what that meant. But it says in this one to place them in order. So we've got card number 1, 2, 3. No, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it right there. So we got 6 of them, and they are in order. So they go on the table. Got it. So you're using items to defeat curses and omens, it seems like. So this right here requires Reading Stone and Codex of Tomes. The benefit would be draw an item. The penalty would be the next player skips their cooperation phase if it fails. Look, okay, here is our hint. So we can put the hint next to the real curses. So I'm guessing that since you know what you need to defeat the curses, you're trying to put hint cards next to the curses that are going to be effective, that you're going to be most effective at defeating. Because you got to defeat the true curse. The true curse is the one with the most hint cards. So it seems that you should be looking at the table and looking at your hand and trying to figure out which cards the hint cards need to go by in order to make sure you have all the stuff to defeat that curse. That seems to be the way this is going. It says special items. Remember, there are 4 special item cards at the bottom of the deck. If you have both sections of the cameo pendant, you may look through the special item cards and take one. Then shuffle the remaining special item cards and place them back under the item deck. Note, if the Lost Prophet's Coffer special item, the Lost Prophet's Coffer special item allows you to search through the discarded item cards and take one of them. Shuffle the discards before you do so. Then place the Lost Prophet's Coffer face up on the bottom of the deck. Once all the item cards have been drawn, any player who needs to draw from one may look through and take any card from the item discard pile. So here is an example of play. Here's an example of an omen phase in a 4-player game. Okay, now we're in the omen phase. Okay, so the alchemist plays Weeping Angel. This one right here, a minor omen. Defeating it requires a ceramic hand grenade or a scarab brooch. The alchemist has a ceramic hand grenade in their hand, so they place it face up on the table. Okay, ceramic hand grenade played. The soldier has the scarab brooch in their hand. They play it by placing it face up on the table. The occultist has a ceramic hand grenade in their hands. They place it face up on the table. Okay, I would have thought that we had stopped, but everybody's going around. The merchant has none of the cards required. Now the players decide which items to use to defeat the omen. Okay. So this is everything we have available. The alchemist could use the ceramic hand grenade, but they would have to discard it after doing so because it has the discard symbol. The same is true for the occultist who has a ceramic hand grenade. 7. The players decide to use the soldier's scarab brooch to defeat the omen because it does not have to be discarded after use. The scarab brooch stays in front of the soldier. Because the players defeated the omen, the alchemist gets the reward listed on the Weeping Angel card. Now the player to your left takes their turn. Continue taking turns until the last major omen card is played, or an explorer has no item cards left in their hand or revealed in front of them at the end of a turn when a major omen has been played. Then the game ends. See the end of the game. Okay, I think I got it then. Playing as the traitor. If you are dealt the Traitor Journey card, your goal is to ensure the true curse is unleashed. Keep your identity a secret. Excuse me. Keep your identity a secret at the start of the game and pretend to be an explorer. Try to persuade other players to give you cards they think they'll need to defeat the true curse. If you do not have to reveal the item cards in your hand to defeat minor omens. However, you must use any items you have already revealed. You can win in one of two ways. Make sure the explorers do not have the items required to defeat the true curse when it's revealed at the end of the game, or when another player has no more cards in their hand in front of them, or on the hand, or in their hand at the end of the turn when the major omen has been played. Announcing yourself as the traitor. If you announce that you are the traitor, for the remainder of the game, you will no longer take a regular turn, but you will play omen cards during every other player's omen phase. If you are the traitor, you may announce it at the end of a turn where you played a major omen card, or after another player reveals a major omen card, you may refuse to use any of your revealed items that would help defeat the omen, or at the end of a turn when other players have placed a major omen card and you have no item cards. After you announce yourself as the traitor, you must discard all of your item cards, those you revealed and those in your hand. All of the players must give you their major omen cards. Place your journey card face down next to any of the 6 curses you would like to unleash as the true curse. This card will act as a hint. Yeah, so this is interesting. This is very interesting. So you can play secretly as the traitor, and then when the time is right, reveal yourself. Yeah, and basically put them on a clock. Right, yeah. And they're going to be using a lot more items. Accusing other players of being the traitor. At the start of your turn, where a player must play a major omen card, any player... This is when you must play a major omen card. And it said you must play minor omen cards before you can play a major omen card. So you can't do this when you're have minor omen cards to play. Another player must at the start of a turn when a player will play a major omen card, any player may accuse any other player of being the traitor. Another player must second the accusation for anything to happen. If they do, the accused player must reveal their journey card. If the accused is an explorer, the accuser, and the players who seconded the accusation must each discard an item card revealed from their hand. If the accused is the traitor shuffles all of their item cards revealed and in their hand, and deals them face down to the other player, starting with the player to their left. All players give their major omen cards to the traitor. The traitor will no longer take a regular turn, but will play an omen card during every player's omen phase. Ah, okay. So if the traitor reveals himself, then what's going to happen is his cards are going to be discarded. His item cards are going to be discarded. If he's uncovered, then his item cards will be dispersed to the other players. Tomocrat says, so can you reveal as the traitor at the start of the game then? It says, okay, so here was when you can announce. I don't think you can announce at the beginning of the game. Let's see. If you are the traitor, you may announce at the end of a turn where you played a major omen card. So that means you've gone through the minor omen cards. That would not be at the start of the game. Or after another player reveals a major omen card, you may refuse to use any of your revealed items that would help them defeat it. Or at the end of a turn where another player has placed a major omen card and you have no item cards. So no. Okay, right. There are specific conditions and that we're evolving. You may announce yourself regarding when major omen cards start to be played. So we've got to get, all the players have got to play their minor omen cards before getting to the major omen cards. It says, note there won't always be a traitor in the game, because that's going to be randomly determined. End of the game. The game ends when An explorer has no item cards left in their hand or revealed in front of them at the end of a turn when a major omen has been played. The explorers then immediately lose, and the trader wins. The last major omen card has been played. Then all players reveal their journey cards. If there is a traitor, the true curse is whichever of the 6 curses has the most hints. Remember, the traitor's journey card counts as a hint. If the curse cards are tied for the most hints, including the traitor may choose the true curse. To win, the explorers must have the items needed to defeat the true curse. Items that need to be used by certain characters must be with that character. If the explorers do not have the items needed, the traitor wins. If there is no traitor to win, the explorers must have the items needed to defeat any 4 of the 6 curses. Oh, okay, that was different. If there is no traitor to win, the explorers must have the items needed to defeat any 4 of the 6 curses, no matter how many hints they have. Okay, we have other ways to play. This is a special setup over here for the 5-player game. The Inquisitor goes in, use all 6 journey cards. Each player starts with 3 item cards instead of 4, 2 minor omen cards instead of 3. We've got a 3-player setup as well. It says a challenging game, but at the start of the turn, add 3 Charon's Obol cards to the item deck. For a very challenging game, at the start of the turn, add 6 Charon's Obol to the item deck. For an advanced game, play as described in the core game, except players keep their character cards secret. Players decide who takes the first turn. Players use item cards that specific characters have an ability for only if they are one of the 2 characters. Players may use item cards that specific characters have an affinity for only if they are one of the 2 characters, but they do not announce their character's identity. Oh, that makes it harder to give you something that you need. Players must deduce each other's character's identity by observing which items they are using throughout the game. You may combine some or all of the challenging variants. Can there be more than one traitor? No, it seems like no, because the traitor is determined by the journey cards. Traitor determined by journey cards. And there's one traitor card right here. And others are the explorer cards. So it says, for instance, the deck of Lost Souls calls to you from the darkness. Which role have you been summoned to play? The alchemist. You do everything in pursuit of knowledge. You see the world through the lens of science and possibility, approaching every endeavor with the spirits of ingenuity and experimentation. If this card chooses you, the discoveries may lead you down a dark path of quandaries from which you may not return unscathed. The alchemist has an affinity for the following items: the Grimoire of Shadows, the Physician's Bag, the Codex of Tongues, the Crescent Moon Sickle, the Crucible, and the Mooring Line. The merchant. A great merchant is a shrewd entrepreneur who knows the value of things. With the tools of the trade, you are savvy enough to know when to barter and when to walk away. If this card chooses you, your skills and determination will come in handy when you bargain with otherworldly entities, because when bargaining with otherworldly entities becomes impossible to ignore. When a bargain becomes impossible to ignore. The merchant has an affinity with the following items: Grimoire of Shadows, Speaking Trumpet, Codex of Tongues, Discus of Momentum, Skeleton Key, Shepherd's Sling, and so forth. So we've got the occultist. You operate with clandestine knowledge. Whether through mystic power or extrasensory perception, you see what others cannot and divine things that are yet to come. If this card chooses you, something otherworldly has crossed the veil between planes, and you are being called upon to prevail with it or against it. The soldier. The soldier represents the height of physical prowess and tactical insight. You are a fighter whose courage and fortitude allows you to withstand the toughest challenges. If this card chooses you, you are sure to be tested in battle, the likes of which you have never seen. In a war waged by true evil, only one side will survive. The Inquisitor. An Inquisitor excels at uncovering secrets and unveiling mysteries. Though your investigative methods may be unorthodox, you are well equipped to expose hidden secrets. If this card chooses you, your powers of deduction have been called upon to shed light on a dark path from which there may be no coming back. So there we go. So James says the fact there isn't always a traitor ratchets up tension because the traitor can use that to leverage the other players into a false sense of security if they choose not to reveal. Yes. And players can accuse one another, and there's a penalty for accusing. There's a benefit if you accuse the traitor and you are correct about it. There's a penalty if you accuse a traitor and you're wrong about it. And there might not even be one sitting at the table. So very interesting, very interesting. I love the theme here. I love the theme. That's themed very well. So the 6 curses and the items you'll need to defeat them, your reference card. So this goes back to the reference card for the players on your turn. Reveal an item that's from your hand to the table. Give an item to another player that was face down, and they can give you one if they would like. Draw an item card, then discard one from your hand unless you have no item cards in your hand at the beginning of your turn. On the omen phase, you're playing an omen. Minor omens first. Announce any item cards you're using. The player to your left may play any... I think that's dropping cards to the table. If you defeat the omen, so that was all possible. I guess that's a way for you to get cards out from your hand to the table, because several of the players played that ceramic hand grenade, but that didn't mean that it had to be used. You were going to select which ones were going to be used at the end. Like, all right, so these cards are eligible for play and reveal. That's what it sounds like. The player to your left may also play an item card and so on. If you defeat the omen, receive the reward. If you do not defeat the omen, take your penalty. Discard the omen unless it is a hint card. If you defeat a minor omen with a hint, place that card next to one of the curses that card names. If you fail to defeat a major omen with a hint and the traitor is known, the traitor places that major omen next to any curse. Neat. I'm really glad they sent this. Where's the box? I'm looking forward to playing this and the other game and the main game. This game and its spinoff. The Betrayal game and this spinoff. It's also nice and travel sized. And interesting, we've been talking about tarot cards quite a bit recently. So there we go. We never did see an art reference. Okay, well, that is a look at Betrayal. James says, I agree. This game sounds really neat. So, all right. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it short today because now I've got to go. This was a welcome break here. I was a bit distraught yesterday. Yesterday night when I got in. So, all right. So I slept, and now I've cleared my head. Now I got to figure out how to get my truck off the side of the road, someplace we're going to be worked on tomorrow, and come up with alternate transportation, and then pack. So I'm ready to go to Austin, as well as clean the house and stuff. So, all right. So an abbreviated one today. Sorry about that, but life is happening at a big way. So we will remember Wednesday, which is unusual. I'll post the Discord server, the announcement, make an announcement to the Discord server. But Wednesday, we've got Table Talk with Brianna. You're going to want to be there because she's going to be showing off her new horror film. It's 8.5 minutes. We're going to be able to watch on stream together. That's really important because, when you do watch parties, oftentimes you can't actually watch it on stream because obviously for copyright reasons, like people do watch movies, and, they got to put the counter up on the screen so you know where you are in the movie if you're going to talk about it and whatever else. Fortunately, we do not have to do that with Brianna because she owns it. So we'll be live on the stream. So we'll be able to watch that Wednesday night. And then Tuesday, I will try to stream for a few minutes from Doug's physical launch party. So yes, please do like the stream. Get the stream out to more people who might like to watch it with us. Thank you to everybody who has been here today. It has been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed it. Please go forth, be creative, be constructive, and make things happen. Later.